Hello everyone, Ikuni here, and welcome back to Frightober. Frightober is a series here on YouTube where every day in the month of October, I post a video of a horror, Halloween, or monster-themed video game. Today's video, we are returning back to Trick and Treat, a visual novel about a guy and his friends who go into a forest and get lost. And he encounters a few mysterious women. And we have encountered Ashley, the white cat that somehow transported us into this world, so the character thinks. We have just taken her hand, and we find ourselves being dragged by this strange girl. But this is the opposite way from where the melodious voice comes from, I said, looking back for a second. I felt really curious about who she was. You ignore that voice. It charms men to make them her victims. Think of it as a siren. Ashley explained in bad mood, with her eyes always looking to the front. It seemed she didn't get along well with whoever that person or entity was. Wouldn't you be the one who collects the souls of fools? I asked without thinking. I seriously need more experience when dealing with a girl. I mean, she outright said that she was protecting people from this siren-like person, this evil entity. And then you just go and ask her, hey, don't you do the thing that's the complete opposite of the thing you just told me you did? If only I were more popular, or you could just be more likable. Ashley stops suddenly. She then turns at me, showing me a furious face. Yeah, you idiot. I already said I'm the good one. Yeah, no. Honey, I would just leave my poor ass behind. Just let him die. For a moment, I thought she was going to hit me on the head. But fortunately, she stopped before doing so, or biting me again. Okay. I meekly responded as if I was a scolded child. You better. But if you eat me, I will make sure to give you the worst indigestion in your life. Oh, protagonist is just a rude little fuck. You idiot, I don't eat humans, replied Ashley, ending with an arrogant snort. 3:11 a.m. Several minutes had passed since I started to walk hand in hand with Ashley. At the beginning, I did not trust her at all, but the more time passed, the easier it was to believe her. I hadn't noticed before how comfortable her hand is, soft and pleasant to the touch. I blush just thinking about it. Even if she's a witch, she's a girl too, right? Then I sigh. Come on, Axel, composure. With every step, the curse of the forest seems to weaken. The atmosphere was less oppressive every minute until finally I was able to forget about that unpleasant feeling. Before I noticed, the darkness has returned to normal, feeling only empty. The rotten smell has also disappeared without a trace. Now I could really say I was in a common, ordinary forest, even boring. But I could not be more grateful for that. Just a little more to get out, so let's keep moving. Then I set my sight on the back of Ashley, watching her walk in silence. She was completely focused on that simple thing. If you're the witch from the legends, why are you helping me? I suddenly asked, not thinking twice before it. I was really intrigued by that. Ashley stops and turns, looking at me with an angry face. Idiot, do you really think that all witches are evil? She was right. The general image of witches is not good. But it's not as if stereotypes are truthful. Then she closes her eyes, making an annoyed face. It's true that I had supernatural powers, but I never used them to do harm. Ashley lowers her sight and pauses. Suddenly she looks sad. My only sin was to be born in the time of the witch hunts. That's why I was condemned. That explains it well. I feel that I can trust she is good. But there's still one more question. How did you end up becoming a cat? Ashley immediately blushes. She was so embarrassed that it was almost adorable. Almost. Well, before my execution, there was a cat watching in the distance. So I decided to transfer my soul to it, she explained, avoiding looking directly into my eye. And of course, we now share the body we have, like a deal. The cat will be happy as long as it has something to eat and a place to sleep. I try to provide her with all those she needs. And in return, she lets me stay in her body. And as she talks, she is blushing shyly. I see. I think it's a fair deal, I replied with a sincere smile. The truth is that I find it a little funny. It turns out that she is both a girl and a cat. That answers some questions. One might say she is a cat girl. Her. Ashley closes her eyes and nods a couple of times. When she wants to, she can be very cute. Too bad that happens so rarely. Ooh, but shit. Not saying more, Ashley continues walking to the exit. This time, I stay in silence. All that remains for me is to escape from this place. 3:15 a.m. Well, here we are, Ashley said just a few minutes after we talked. She isn't lying. I can see the end of the forest in the distance. I had to contain my desire to scream with joy at that moment. There must be 2 other humans close here, your friends. Go with them and return home. I hope that nobody else comes tonight. Ashley said, giving me a subtle farewell, but strangely she does not let go of my hand. She looks deep into my eyes. Amazed, I notice the gentleness that reflects in them. Can you make me a promise? She suddenly said with an honest voice. It was no joke. What is it? I asked, full of curiosity. I don't know what I could do for a witch, but after helping me escape, I think that she deserves me to hear her request. End this legend, she then murmured with an air of sadness. I can't understand why she asked for something like this. I want you to help me to keep people away. The legend only attracts more people, as in your case. I need to kill it, replacing the supernatural danger with a human danger. A human danger? So you want to scare them with ordinary dangers as thieves or ferocious animals? On second thought, there is logic in what you asked. If you remove the element of magic and only leave the danger, then exploring the forest is not worth the risk. Ashley nods and then looks into my eyes, flushing. Yes, exactly, she said, pleased. Okay, I'll do it. You can rely on me, I responded with determination. Determination. I wanted her to know how serious I was, that it was not a promise I would forget as soon as I got out of the forest. Thank you. Then she closes her eyes momentarily and inflates her chest with pride. You aren't as stupid as I thought. I should have expected something like that. Hey, I told you not to talk ill of someone when they're standing in front of you, I complained angrily. This girl, simply will never change. Dude, you've known her for like an hour. If that. Stop complaining. After seeing my reaction, Ashley can't help but laugh. I'm sorry. It's the first time I've seen her so happy. That made me blush. Ashley looked unexpectedly adorable in that moment. My heart was nervously beating, as if I was with a normal girl. Suddenly she stares at me and gets so close her face is less than an inch from mine. Again, she demonstrates not knowing what personal space is. But this time, I don't know whether to be angry or thankful. Having her so close, a beautiful girl, makes me very nervous. Is this where you're gonna break out into a verse of sweaty palms and sweater and mom's spaghetti? This is the farewell, she suddenly said. She then brings her lips to my cheek and gives me a tender kiss. Ew, a girl cooties! Everything becomes white at that moment. Everything loses its color. Everything is gone. Everything. 3:18 a.m. Outside of the forest. I have no idea of how I made it here. I'm bewildered, as if I had been sleepwalking. Axel! Suddenly I hear someone. But it's not any strange voice. It's the voices of my friends who are looking for me. Hey, over here! I shout without a second of hesitation, with a bit of clumsiness because of my confusion. Soon they found me and impatiently. Where were you? The worry was killing us, Stephen said with a face that I don't remember having ever seen. Before answering, I rubbed my forehead. Within the forest, I couldn't find the exit. Alfred was about to say something, but before that, I interrupted him. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I was just lost. The important thing is we're all safe. Yeah, you're right. Hey, don't you feel that we're forgetting something? Alfred murmured at the same time he lowers his sight, pensive. Suddenly, a blurry image appears in my mind. It was white and bright, but I can't remember more. However, that weak memory awakens a strange feeling of nostalgia in me. It was as if I had lost something, but what could it be? Anyway, we should go home. This has gone too far for a test of courage. I mean, it's also 3 in the morning, so... I said with no intention of spending one more minute in this forest. They both agreed with me. With nothing else to say, we can only return home. By the way, guys, we should write on that page to not go to the forest. Forget about the witches. Somebody might get lost there as it happened to me. It was a miracle I came out alive with that beast lurking around. Before knowing it, my lips moved. Why did I say that? I had no idea, but something inside inspired me to do so. To be honest, I have no memory of the beast I speak of. All I can remember is it had red eyes and white fur, but nothing more. Then I remember something. I think it was a promise I made to... Wait. Who did I make that promise to? I think about it for a moment in silence, but in the end I can't remember a thing. No matter. All I know is that I got out and I'll never come back here again. Finn. Woohoo! So, I guess this is a good ending because we didn't die. I think I played this once before, and like my first thing that happened or whatever, it like killed me right away, and it took like 5 minutes. So I'm like, wow, okay. But that is going to be it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did like what you saw, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And if you have any game suggestions for future Frightobers, or just video games in general you want to see me play, make sure to throw that down in the comments below. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful time. So until next time, my lovelies. Mwah!